Good morning, boys and girls. Mrs. Jackson here. We're going to continue writing our narrative today. I know you guys started yours yesterday, and I love all the ideas that you have. I was reading through some of what you sent me last night. You guys have gotten a great start. Remember, our narrative is going to be descriptive. It's going to have an opening, a topic sentence. It's going to have details in the middle. And then it's going to have a closing. It's going to have a conclusion because it's a narrative. A narrative is when you are telling a story. It's like you're a narrator. You're telling the story to someone. So that's why we call it a narrative. Today we're going to add to our shared story that we wrote yesterday. So let's go over our objectives for today. So our learning targets are, I can write a story with details and a conclusion, and I can use what I know about letters and sounds to spell words. That's right, boys and girls. We always want to be blending our sounds to make our words, not only when we're reading, but when we're writing. The success criteria is that I will use details and an ending to make my story interesting. And the relevance is that including details and an ending to my story helps the reader feel like they were there and makes my story more interesting. So we're going to concentrate on writing a story with details and a conclusion and using what we know about letters and sounds to spell words. So we're going to work together and continue to add a little bit to our narrative that we started together. So let's take a look at what we had yesterday. So we started with our topic sentence. On Saturday, my family went on a picnic. We had fun. We drove to Seashore State Park and we had a picnic by the water. My son Travis met us there. We ate hot dogs, hamburgers, and corn on the cob. We talked and we laughed. So now, boys and girls, I want to think about, I'm not finished with my story. I didn't give it an ending yet, did I? I've given some details, and I have more details that I can give. So I'm thinking Saturday, it was kind of windy, and I remember something really funny that happened. Because it was so windy, while we were eating and having our picnic, the napkins and the paper plates started flying all over the place. And of course, we couldn't litter and just leave them there. So we were all up. You should have seen us. We were all up, running around, chasing after these napkins and paper plates. So that's a funny part of my story, but it helps my reader visualize my family sitting by Seashore State Park by the water and chasing after napkins and paper plates. I know you guys are laughing right now just thinking about it. It makes me laugh too. So that's what I'm saying. When you're writing a narrative and you include details, it makes your writer or your reader feel like they are there. It makes your reader feel like they are right there with you and they're chasing after those napkins and paper plates too. So let's add some of those details. It was a windy. Now, when I'm writing windy, I know I can say w-i-n-d-e. I know from writing for a while that windy, that E sound at the end is made with a Y. But those are rules in writing that we learn as we go. So I bet a lot of you, when you're writing and sounding that out, blending those sounds, you're going to put an E there, or you would put an E there. And that's perfectly fine. You're using what you know about letters and sounds for your writing. So you hear that E sound. So you might put an E there. It was a windy day. The wind blew. Now again, some of you know how to spell the word blue, but that's the color blue. When the wind blows, and we're talking about the wind blew something, it's spelled differently. Again, those are rules kind of like your sight words that you just have to know because they're not spelled the way they sound. So the wind blew the napkins and paper plates all over the place. And that's right. We had a great time. We had to chase them everywhere. We had to run around and catch. Ooh. So when I write the word catch, I know how to spell cat. And when I say catch, that's right, cat, and then that digraph, ch. We had to run around and catch all of the trash. Another digraph, trash, sh. And I'm going to put here, it was so much fun. Now, I'm going to put my closing. I want you to look back at our opening sentence. On Saturday, my family went on a picnic. Okay? And I know that we had our picnic at Seashore State Park. So in my closing, I'm going to wrap it all up and kind of go back to my topic sentence, okay? So my closing sentence is going to be, I can't wait to go back to Seashore State Park. I can't wait to go back to Seashore State Park. All right. Now, I also want to point out to you another thing that you'll learn. Notice that Seashore State Park is all capitals. Anyone know why? Think about that. That's right. We always capitalize the word I because it's talking about a person. It's talking about myself. It's always capitalized. Saturday is a day of the week. Always capitalized. Seashore State Park is the name of a place. It's capitalized. Yes, if you think about Target, Walmart, Food Lion, any of your places that you go, GameStop, any of those places you might go, they all start with a capital letter, don't they? Because they are titles, okay? Just like Mrs. Jackson. The M and the J are capitalized. Your name, capitalized. It's a title. It's your name. So the name of a park or a store or a restaurant, it's the title. It's their name. It's always capitalized. So let's read over our story and see what we have all together now that it's finished. I want you to listen for details and an opening, a middle, and a closing. And think about, I'm doing a narrative, so we're telling a story. See if you feel like you're there as we tell our story. On Saturday, my family went on a picnic. We had fun. We drove to Seashore State Park and we had a picnic by the water. My son Travis met us there. We ate hot dogs, hamburgers, and corn on the cob. We talked and we laughed. It was a windy day. The wind blew the napkins and paper plates all over the place. We had to run around and catch all of the trash. It was so much fun. I can't wait to go back to Seashore State Park. I feel like I'm there again on Saturday when I read that because it brings back those memories of the fun that we had while we were there. So, guess what I want you to do today? You've got it. I want you to add to your narrative. Make me feel like I am there with you. Make me feel like I was there having fun with you when you're writing about your fun time. Okay? So let's include some details. Let's use what we know about letters and sounds when we're writing. Okay? I know you don't know all those rules of writing yet, but definitely use what you do know about letters and sounds. Blend those sounds when you're writing, okay? So I want to feel like I'm there with you when you are writing your story and I'm reading it, and I can't wait to see how you finish your narratives.